Hi.
Oh my God, this feels so crazy. Like, I just so crazy to meet y'all.
Yeah, you've been with us for a while.
Yeah, I have. When I first see y'all company on Instagram, I don't know, something was just like, just try it because nothing else was working.
Yeah.
So it was just like, why not? Like, especially with how in detail, you guys talked about it and like talked about the herbs and stuff. Um, I feel like a lot of people were kind of scared to like go the natural way, which I don't know why, because the medication was like the worst thing that I could have done.
Yeah.
Um, and I wasn't even on medication long, but when I started like having anxiety symptoms, um, I was always kind of like an anxious kid, just shy, super nervous about everything, highly sensitive, like to the point where I couldn't even do like school lunches. Like my dad would have to pick me up because I couldn't be in the cafeteria with the rest of the kids because I was just like
Mm.
so anxious and I just refused to go. So he would have to pick me up every day from school to do lunch at home, but then take me back to school. And then when I got to middle school, I started to like bite my nails and I started to like pluck my lashes out. It was bad. But
Mm.
Mm.
nobody ever knew like what it was. Like they just thought that, it's just
Yeah.
something that I did. So once I got in high school, when I turned 14, my dad passed away. And like me and my dad were like connected by the hip.
Mm.
So that's when it got like even worse. Life got real uncertain and it was just like I was going through hard times and my mom was struggling and it was just really hard. So that just progressed into like me being grown and eventually I had started working. And my first panic attack, I was working at a call center and it was a recall call center. So it was just like people always would call angry,
Mm.
hollering and yelling at you and stuff. And I felt like I was having a heart attack. So I
Right.
just
Mm.
got off of the phone and I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I'm just feeling like something is wrong, but I'm young. But I was always like a hypochondriac, like always worried about my health and stuff. Since my dad had died at such a young age, I just always like worried about my health a lot. Even though I wasn't a smoker, a drinker, I didn't eat bad, but just constantly being worried about it. So I started having anxiety attacks when I was at that job, but I did not know what they were.
Mm.
So I went to my doctor and I was telling him about, my symptoms and stuff. He literally gave me Xanax, Tramadol, and promethazine with codeine all
Mm.
at the same time.
Really?
Mm.
Your first prescription was all that?
My first prescription. And
Shit.
also, what is it called? The B, is it Buspar?
Yeah, I think that sounds familiar.
Yeah, like some type of, I don't know, one of the other anxiety medications.
Mm.
But no, another doctor gave me that medication. And then when I went to him, I think they gave me that in like a ER setting or something. Cause when I was at work, I had to like go to the hospital and stuff because I like just kept having like all these weird symptoms. So I went to my doctor, he like gave me all of that. And when I went to the pharmacy, they were like, he gave you all of this? I'm like,
Hey.
yeah. And they were just looking like, no, like this
Right.
is not safe.
Yeah.
So I just ended up I took the Xanax I think like twice and it just knocked me out. I just went to sleep and then it would just make me feel super weird. Like it didn't make my anxiety go away. It was kind of like I don't know, it's such a weird feeling. It was like I was high but still anxious, if that makes sense. Like my body is trying to go into fight or flight, but my mind is racing, but I can't really act on like how I'm feeling, if that makes sense. Like it was just such a weird feeling. Nonetheless, I didn't take all this stuff. I didn't take the promethazine or codeine or none of that stuff. I just kind of just threw it all away because I was having like body aches, headaches, and I always had migraines too. Like I always had migraines since I was a kid. Always, my head will always hurt, and I just never understood why. Like, why does my head hurt so bad?
Mm.
And once I got older, I started to go to the doctor like a lot. I will always be in the hospital, like
Mm.
always. I used to have to go to the hospital for the migraines first, and have to get like what are those? The migraine cocktails. when they would put like the Benadryl, Tramadol, it was just a lot that they would put together and just put in an IV, and it would just pretty much put me to sleep. Like, and I did that so many times. And then once I like started growing, more into adulthood, I started like having stroke symptoms. Like I used to just like get so stressed and anxious. Like I remember one time I was at work and my whole left side just went numb. And you could not tell me I was not having a stroke.
Right.
Because I just couldn't remember anything. Like my left side was numb. I'm like limping. I'm like, I'm having a stroke. So of course they called an ambulance and I go to the hospital. They gave me every test you could think of. I've had so many MRIs, so many CAT scans just over the years, ultrasounds of my heart. They thought I had 2 holes in my heart at one point because of how bad my anxiety was. They thought I was gonna have to have heart surgery because they're like, with you being so young and nothing's wrong with your brain, it must be your heart. And I had to walk around with like a Holter monitor for like 30 days, with them trying to figure out what was happening with my heart.
How old were you at this time?
I'm 28 now. I had the Holter monitor in, I want to say 2020. That's when they thought that I had the 2 holes in my heart. But this all transpired from when I was about, how old was I when I started at the call center? I think I was like 20. But I've been having CAT scans and MRIs and stuff like that since then, since I was like 20, 21, 22, 23, up until I got pregnant. But before I got pregnant and before I like started therapy and stuff, I just thought that I was sick. Like everybody thought that I was sick. Everybody just thought that it was something, with my health. Nobody thought nothing mentally because I'm like high functioning, I still go to work. I still, talk to people normally. I still, get up and do for myself and stuff. But Kori don't have no eyelashes. Like, and I can laugh about it now, but it's just like, I don't have no eyelashes on my eyes or I don't have no nails. Like, nobody really paying attention to, is something wrong, like, so I was going through that for years. I can't even put like an age on it because I was going through it so long.
That's
And
heartbreaking. Here you go.
Oh my God.
I thought I had it bad.
Yeah,
You've been dealing with this your whole life.
My whole life. And then when my dad passed, we were like so close. It just made it like worse. So I had they thought I had a TIA too, once before because I was having the stroke symptoms again. It was a time where I was in the ER and I couldn't put a sentence together. This was 2019. So this is when it started getting like really bad. And I couldn't put a sentence together. They had me on a neurology floor. They had speech therapy in there, physical therapy, trying to get me to walk. It's like my body was like shutting down. And nobody understood why. I'm getting all the blood tests, I'm getting CAT scans, I'm getting MRIs, I'm seeing neurologists. It's a whole 5 team of doctors trying to figure out what's wrong with me. And the whole time it's just up here. Like it's just me like mentally stressed, like breaking myself down. And on top of that, I'm a hypochondriac, so I'm breaking myself down even more. I'm just constantly worrying. It was crazy because they had sent me a link, and I feel like this was God. They sent me a link to sign up for the online portal for like your health portal. So I looked at my history and I have been to the emergency room 60 times. And it blew my mind, because you never think that you've been to the hospital that much.
That's right.
And I'm like, okay, you done had every single last test in the world. Nothing is wrong with you. Like, even when they thought I had the 2 holes in my heart, I done had stress tests. After the Holter monitor, they had me in there running for 10 minutes until I couldn't take it no more. I didn't run for 10 minutes and my heart is still pumping, I'm fine. They did an EGD, like put me to sleep, put the tube down my throat to look at my heart, to see if I had the holes in my heart. I've been through it. This is why I give y'all so much praise.
And when you had the strokes and all that, or that was all mental?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing is wrong with my brain, like nothing.
100%
Like,
healthy.
yes, I've had so many MRIs and CAT scans. Like they have did even with contrast, without contrast. Like MRIs is as deep as it gets. So it's like I've been inside of an MRI machine for like 2 hours at one point because they literally wanted to scan every single part of my brain because they were like, you keep coming back, you keep being adamant that it's something wrong, you keep having all these symptoms. We see you're not faking.
Yeah.
So once I seen that, and once I started therapy, it all kind of started to come together and click. So I was also in a relationship at the time that wasn't making things better. Just constantly worrying about that, worrying about work, worrying about, being a new mother and stuff, worrying about becoming a new mother and everything. So that's when I started therapy. But I was still kind of, going to the hospital, having the symptoms and stuff like that. But then she started to like make me start to put things together as to why I was how I was. But then I ran across the ad on Instagram and I seen that you guys were like, it said anxiety free. And I'm like, because once I started therapy, it started to make sense because I knew that I had anxiety, but I didn't know like that anxiety could cause all those symptoms because even when I was in the hospital, sometimes the doctors would be like, do you have anxiety? And I'm like, no. And I'm thinking that anxiety is like, you kind of like crippled with fear. You don't come out the house and, you can't really talk and associate with people and stuff like that. And I just took it. I'm like, I'm just introverted, like I still go out, I still talk to people and stuff. Like I just don't have a long social battery or, I just don't like being around people, when I don't feel like it. But it's really me being anxious, not being not knowing like the fear of the unknown cripples me. It was crippling me. It was like really scary for me to do new things and meet new people or do something different because I didn't know, what was next. So I kind of tried to like hold on to things that I needed to let go. And it was like really killing me. So once I came across the ad, I was just like, I'm gonna try it. And when I drank that tea, I never felt like that. I can't even say like, oh, I remember like, it reminded me when I was a kid or anything. Like, no, because I've always been like just highly anxious. And literally from the first cup. And I noticed like other people said that. And I'm like, okay, it's not just me. And it just like relaxed me in a way that I just could not explain. And it was like, no matter how bitter it was, like, okay, I when I put sugar in it, the first time I said it to y'all, and you was like, don't put no more sugar in it. And I'm like, okay. But it worked. It was still working because it was strong because it still helped. And I didn't put a lot, but it was just like, it was real bitter, but I knew how it made me feel. So I'm like, okay, no more sugar. I just started drinking it plain. And no matter how bitter it was or whatever, how I felt about the taste, I couldn't help but like, it was my body was telling me like, drink this. And I started to like go to therapy and like stuff start like clicking, like, cause when you're in therapy, but you still kind of like, I still couldn't heal because it was like my body was still like off balance. No matter what she would say, it wouldn't click. Like I couldn't do what she was telling me to do. Like she would tell me what I was doing, but it was like, okay, if I know better, I should be doing better, but I still wasn't doing better.
Yeah.
So I started drinking the tea and I just started doing better with therapy. That same year that I started drinking the tea, I left that relationship. That same year, it was just like so much just started to happen. Like I took a trip that year. I had never traveled before, never had like went on a trip away from family or anything like that. I've been out of that relationship, haven't went back to that relationship. Therapy, I went from having therapy like every week, and then it started to go to every 2 weeks, to every month. Now I haven't talked to my therapist. I haven't talked to my therapist since December of last year. I know she's wondering where I am because I haven't needed to make an appointment. And I noticed that and I'm like, this tea like really changed my life. Like that's why when I made
Stop it.
it really did. And like I people around me who like start having them symptoms, I'm like, you need to drink this. Like, where do you some of this? Like, I've told so many people, but like they're on the medication and they kind of just want to play it safe. And I'm like, just give it a try. Like I've recommended it to so many of my coworkers, like even if they just stressed and they don't even know, what the symptom of anxiety is and all that stuff. Like I used to have like the most obsessive thoughts, like just like intrusive thoughts. Like I'm just sitting there and I just get this random thought and I'm like, why are you thinking like that? Like,
Right.
what's going on? You know, why would you think that way? And I just knew I had to do something or it was just gonna get worse. Like, especially when I had my daughter, I was like, I can't be
Yeah.
like this with her, you know, like, because a lot of times I feel like Black women, we don't know what's going on. So we kind of like snappy and sassy, and people just thinking that, you know, we just have an attitude when it's not like, and that's how it was when I was younger. I just had a bad attitude. Like I won class attitude, but it wasn't because I had a bad attitude or I had like a issue with the world. It was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. You know, I don't like how I feel. I'm anxious, I'm nervous. I feel like I can't trust nobody around me, you know, and I just don't understand why, because nobody's done anything to me, but I'm just feeling this way. When I started drinking this, it changed my life. Like, I just really can't thank you guys enough. That's why when y'all had me write that review, well, y'all didn't have me write it, but when y'all sent me the email to ask how I was doing, I said, do not sell it, because I've seen so many people like have these amazing companies and, you know, they end up selling it to somebody, you know, that end up changing the herbs or, you know, changing the ingredients and then it doesn't work anymore. And I knew I needed it. So I really wanted y'all to like just keep doing what y'all been doing and like to see y'all grow. It's been like it's well deserved. Like you guys deserve it. Like, because it's real. It's so
Yeah.
real. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm living it. You know what I mean? Like I'm living through realizing that herbs are the way to heal. And I haven't had migraines. Like I haven't had a migraine cocktail since 2021. Because
Wow.
I went and looked back at my portal before we did this, and I'm like, when's the last time I went to the hospital for a migraine? And it was 2021.
Wow.
And
Mm.
since I had this, like I don't have those. I don't know if it was hormonal, if it was stress, I don't know. But this tea is just like it just calms me. Like it made me think clearly. Like it helped me be able to like function normally. Like I started to feel normal. I started to feel present. And that was something else that was new to me, feeling present.
Yeah.
I never realized how much in my head that I was. So that was something that I had to talk about in therapy, that I don't think people talk about, the reality of snapping into reality and getting out of your head.
Mm.
Like, you know, I would kind of sit there and just nothing would be on my mind, and then it'll feel weird because
Yeah.
Right.
nothing's on
You
my
gotta get
mind.
used to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to get used to that, used to being present, and now I can getting out of that state, when you get back into that state, you can recognize it versus this is just my normal, you know, you can't realize something is wrong when you've always been in that space, like that
Yeah.
cluttered space. So now I'm able to see like when my head is being cluttered, or I'm starting to realize, you know, see like, you know, these the patterns, you know, that I used to do and how I used to think. And I can be like, oh, you know, I'm feeling a little anxious, you know, what am I doing? Am I eating too much sugar? You know, I know I wasn't supposed to I was tired, I wasn't supposed to drink that coffee. And
Yeah.
y'all made me realize like pop, oh my God, it's so bad for me. I used to think that I was doing the right thing, drinking Sprite because it said no caffeine. Oh my God, when I drink a Sprite now, like if I was to try to like, oh, I just need a little something to, you know, help me belch or, you know, the little excuses we be having, it just make me so anxious. Like I
Mm.
realize like I'm having palpitations and I'm like, okay, like that's when I started to realize like you said, like your diet and everything that you do is related to your mental health, like your
Yeah.
gut. And that's when I started to see like what you put in your stomach affects your head. And I stopped drinking milk, cut down on the sugar a lot. I stopped drinking pop. I just started drinking like fruit juices, you know, stuff like that, stuff that's like 100%. I started going to Randazzles, which is like a fruit and vegetable market. Like it's not like the store-bought vegetables and stuff like that. I started noticing the difference with that. I also started noticing that I don't eat fruit and I eat so much fruit now. Like I didn't realize like you don't eat fruit. Like no wonder you don't feel good. Like
Yeah.
you're not eating right. Like you sitting here, yeah, you drinking water, but when's the last time you had an apple or some watermelon or you know
Mm.
something? And like
Right.
the watermelon at the store, like when I actually went and got a real watermelon, my God, it was just like it was such a
Man,
difference. It was night and day. It's like I prefer the seeds. I'll chew on a few seeds before I eat this seedless
yeah,
watermelon. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it was just like so much change. And then like my daughter, she's just like a natural little veg. Like she loves vegetables. She will eat a cucumber by itself whole. She prefers to eat fruits and vegetables over anything.
good.
So when she started eating like that, I'm like, well, if she can eat like that, I can eat like that. Like we're not
Yeah.
wrong. Like she shouldn't be the only one. She's sitting there snacking on cucumbers, and I'm sitting here with a bag of chips. You know, like it just don't look right. So I just started pretty much like for both of us, just starting to change up how we eat, making sure we having fruit in the refrigerator, making sure we having more vegetables and stuff than anything. I started to cut down on meat, not eating so much meat. Like I come from a family that feels like meat is
Everything.
necessary.
Yeah.
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 So I just started to like make all those changes too, and it started to be able to help me not have to drink the tea so much. So now when I drink the tea, it's just like I said, if I'm busy, because I just like started to open my own tax company. And
Mm.
it gets a little stressful because I have, people working for me and we all training and, it's something new and it's a lot to do sometimes while I'm still working. But I only use it to like mellow me out. It's not because, oh, I'm having heart palpitations or my head is hurting really bad
Yeah.
or I'm
Yeah.
having intrusive thoughts or I'm feeling like I need to go to the hospital or I'm having stroke symptoms. Um, it was terrible.
So all that is in the past.
All of that is in the past.
Wow.
That's
Like,
So happy for you.
yeah.
thank you so much. Like, I've got closer to God. Like, my faith has gotten so strong because I can think clearly. Like, I used to think so negative. Everything used to just be so negative, just always negative, 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 expecting the worst, thinking the worst. Everything is wrong. Not really being grateful. Um, but it's all like in your head. Like you have to be of sound mind, to be of
Yeah.
sound body, and to be able to like hear God and trust God. Because I couldn't hear Him, and now I can,
Mm.
and it's paying off. Like
Mm.
it's just so many blessings that I've gotten, like so many different times where I didn't know how I was going to do something or how something was going to get done. And it would just miraculously get done. And I would just have to sit back and be like, it's because, you have faith,
Yeah.
it's because you believe.
Yeah.
Before, I'm like, what was you doing before? And it's like, I wasn't believing. I was
Yeah.
trying to do everything on my own. I wasn't really, I was saying, I believe in God, I love God, but wasn't actually having like that relationship with him. Like, okay, this is happening, but I trust you. I know that, what's best for me. I know that you'll make a way. I know it's gonna get handled. If this
Yeah.
door closes, it's a bigger one opening. And that's all that has been happening ever since I strengthened my faith. But I attribute that back to the tea because I could not think positive until I started to drink it.
Yeah.
Like it's changed my life. I'm trying not to cry.
You
We're
trying not to make
yeah.
me cry.
Well, we're super, super grateful for this. It's like a really powerful testimony, honestly.
Yeah, I think yours is like one of the craziest ones I've ever heard.
Yeah. And that's crazy because I literally was going through this for so long and I'm just like not realizing like what it was. And I'm so thankful. Like I think God was, that was his start of like, okay, I need to get her, put this in front of her face. We see so
Yeah.
much on social media, but like let me put this in her face. And at the time I think you guys had kind of like just started. I don't think it was like a lot of stuff like on your page I didn't
Really.
care.
Yeah.
I believed. I believed in
Oh,
y'all before I believed
you
in
was one of
myself.
our top
Right.
our
First.
OGs back
Yeah.
in the day.
That's why I was gonna ask you. Like you said that you saw it, the ad, and you just said I'm gonna try it. Like you did, like there's our number one problem is like people they just like are skeptical. They see that they've tried so many things, and that's why we want to do this more often. Is like really like getting the story from the person that's really been in their shoes. So, what would you say to the people that are skeptical that see our ad? Like, do you have any advice for them? How could you just I'm gonna try it? Like, how did you just like be able to do that?
I would say you have to have faith. Like you have to trust that God put these herbs here to help us. you know, you've tried everything, you know, you've had, you know, the medication that only lasts so long, you know, it's just a temporary fix.
Yeah.
You know, you've had, you know, these relapses of, you know, when you're not on it, you know, does it help? You know, is it actually helping, or is it just covering things up? And, you know, if it is helping, you know, you have the side effects and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You have to try this. It's no side effects to it. And I would stand on that hill and die on it. It's no side effects to it besides good things. Less obsessive thoughts to the point where they go away. Like I can sleep at night. Like I wish it was like not a hip. I wish I didn't have to like expose all my information to show like my hospital record. Like I would tell them to like, you have to give it a try. If you really want to heal, if you really want to feel better, if you want to take the next step into life, like if you want to live, if you want to feel like a human, you know, try it. Like it's nothing wrong with trying it. You know, it's you try the stuff that the doctor give you, you know, and that's all man-made in the lab and stuff like that. This stuff from the earth. You know, this stuff was put here because, you know, I felt like God knew we was gonna have, you know, stress and strife and things that would make us at, you know, unease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what it's here for, and you should use it for your benefit. You know, everything ain't gonna be overnight. You know, if I feel like we also in like a popcorn culture where everybody feel like it should be like that. You know,
Yeah.
for
Exactly.
me, it was like I got that initial, you know, like that first cup, it was very calming. But the more I drank it, the better I got. I didn't have to use it as much because I was actually getting better. So it's like it's healing. It's not just it's doing something in my body, you know, it's readjusting some things, it's making some things better, it's actually healing. So I would tell them to like really, really give it a try. Like just like how you give, you know, the medicine your doctor tell you, oh, you know, it'll take like 90 to, you know, 90 days or 6 months. Give this tea that much time, you
Yeah.
know, and at the same time, you can't drink the tea and then go drink some coffee
Yeah.
or
Right.
you know, you can't drink the tea and then go eat some McDonald's or eat
Yeah.
something bad, you know, something that's not healthy for you because you just kind of like it's like counteracting what the tea is, you know, trying to do. Like, you know, you
Right.
have to eat healthy. Um, and I'm not even gonna say me, like I didn't have to make any major health jumps. Just the small things. Stop drinking so much sugar. Stop
Yeah.
Right.
eating all the junk. You know, stop smoking, or if you know you smoke, or you know you have to stop drinking. Even with, you know, someone I know, they were drinking and I'm like, you know, you need to try this tea, you know, maybe that'll help. I didn't know, I'm just thinking, you know, it helps
Yeah.
relax your body because you're drinking for something. And they drank it and they were like, I really like how that felt. And I don't know if they ended up ordering them some or not, but I know I had made them some and they really like how it made them feel. So, you know, you can't drink and stuff like that while you trying to heal. Like don't do the things that got you here while you're trying to heal. You got to kind of let that stuff go.
Yeah.
Um, Even with, you know, the people that you're around, whatever triggers you, get away from it. Just like me in a relationship I was in, it was such a big trigger. Oh, every time I seen them, I was triggered. And I,
Man, your testimony is
Yeah.
a
You got.
girl. Like you
Yeah.
can help other
whew,
people.
You spend some gems
You
too.
are. I'm like, damn, you can be a
listen,
therapist.
Spend some
and I get that
facts.
so much. Like, even with starting my tax company, and I tell people like how I got here, they just like, they're like, you need to write a book. I'm, I'm like, I'm only 28. Like, but I've been through a lot, and thankfully, I'm able to like, I don't know, I just been blessed enough to be able to come out of it and be, I don't know, I can't, I'm just speechless, y'all. I just thank y'all so much. It's just like it felt unreal to be sitting here talking to y'all because I see y'all on social media and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, you know, and I always see you marketing. I love your marketing. Like when you was in a store and you was like flu vaccines and you had the the teas next to you. I'm like,
Oh,
that's just,
yeah.
I like
She
that.
always
Like
doing
even
that extra shit. Like I'm like,
right,
what we doing?
right. It seemed like you like, hold on, just take this picture right quick.
For real,
Like, you
Yeah,
for real.
know,
and we all in Walmart, everybody watching us.
Everybody
I'm
looking
like,
like,
I'm in here looking around. He's like, don't worry about what they think. But what's
right. And
cool
just
to me
with the
is you have a daughter
mhm.
and you're here.
yeah.
That's so beautiful to me.
Yeah, she was a big part of the reason why, like, I'm like, I don't want her to end up with childhood trauma because I wasn't healed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her
And
witnessing
I
all.
feel, yeah, like I couldn't take it. I wouldn't be able to. I don't want to be that mom when I get, 50, 60 and I'm so sorry, I just didn't know. Like, no, I knew. And because I found out, I chose to do the right thing and heal because, I've been through things, but it's not your fault, like just because I'm anxious and, I don't know what to do and I'm not feeling well, I didn't want to fall into addiction. I didn't want to fall into smoking
Yeah.
and drinking and pill popping and because it's so easy to fall into it, and you get into a space where you just like, I need something, you know what I mean? Like to help me. I'm tired of feeling this way. And I just did not want to fall into that because I have family members who do have addictive personalities and I have fought addiction.
Yeah.
You know, the crack era affected my family, back in the day and stuff. So
Yeah.
I never wanted to, no matter how anxious I was still like strong minded. You know what I mean? Like I can't fall into that. And my daughter definitely helped. Like she's such a joy. She's so funny. She is so sweet. And she's just like the light of my life. Like, so she is definitely a big part of why I chose to just take a chance and heal. And even with her, like I'll be making a tea and she likes tea and she's like, "Is that herb tea?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's herb tea." And she's like, "I don't want any today." I'm like, "Okay," because I'll still have her, like take a couple sips and stuff like that if I feel like she had like a rough day at school or something like that. Like I also started like learning about other herbs. Like you guys just put me into like a whole different way of thinking and how I heal my body. So y'all are going to be blessed 10 times over. Please do not sell your company. Y'all don't need nobody but y'all. Y'all don't need nobody but y'all. Y'all are like, I don't even have words. Like, I love y'all and I don't even know y'all.
We love you.
We love you too. Like
Thank
family.
you.
We're building our family here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, that's
one day I want everybody to be able to like fly somewhere and we all meet up.
We're gonna do meetup.
yes.
That'd be beautiful.
Please do. I will get up there and be like, listen.
Where you at? Where you located?
I'm in Michigan. I'm from Detroit, but
Okay.
I moved into like the suburban area. But yeah, I'm from Detroit.
Yeah, okay.
And if y'all know Detroit, we'd have been through some things.
It's rough out there.
It was 8 Mile. That's all I know about.
Look, we'd have been through some things. 8 Mile ain't even the bad part. I'm from
Yeah.
Black Bottom, Detroit, side of Detroit. Like we'd have been through some things where it makes sense why I had anxiety because of stuff that was going on around us in our neighborhood and stuff. But you got to grow up and come out of it and heal and, have a better life because of, but like I said, like for so long, I was wanting to start my own company. And I just could not, for the life of me, figure it out. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do or, what was best for me. And now, like, I just started to pray and have faith, and I'm opening my own tax company. I have 4 people that work for me. And I'm able to do it confidently. Like, I haven't been a tax preparer before, but now I'm the owner of a tax company and I have people working under me. It's a dream because I never, you with the bad thoughts, who gonna want to work for me? Why would somebody want to
I'm
work for me?
loving
Who am I?
it.
You know what I mean?
I
And that's
love
why I was,
it.
You
that's why I
attributing
told
this to the
y'all,
T. You attributing all this to the like not all of it, but like a good
And
portion
God
of
too,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Like,
beautiful.
I'm loving this.
thank you guys.
And
I don't want to hold
let me
y'all all
ask you,
day.
you can be honest, like I know you went like when you started, you was drinking the tea consistently and stuff like that, but like at this point, you have to order the tea far less. Like you don't really
You said
order
at what point?
at this point, you don't really order the tea a lot, do you? Like,
No,
yeah.
I've had this.
That's one of our things. Like we have to continue to find new people
Yeah,
because we're
because
really healing the people.
it's
Like you
like
don't have to continue this.
Oh,
our
right.
company gonna
Look,
shut down if we like keep healing everybody. We got no customers.
Yeah, so tell these new people.
right. Oh, this is
Hi.
my baby Naima. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, give me a second. Yes, yes. I was gonna say that y'all are not selfish because y'all can easily be like, you know who's, and just giving a little bit, but putting a little something in there that's gonna keep us coming
To
back,
make it, yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But this, yeah, it's been a
You have
while.
some in the house now?
I do. Let me show you.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay.
That's for the people who think you lying.
Right. Nope. Look, and it's been open. It's been open. You see it's tore.
She got her 28-day, not the 14 day.
You see the herbs in there.
Yeah.
You see they low, so I've been. Yes, baby. Okay, I'm okay. She wanted to see what was in here. But yes, no, I got me a bag right now. How long have I had this? I had this for a little while. I've had this for a while.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it no more.
Right. And it's crazy because it's like I want to keep. That's why I would like keep telling people that haven't healed about you guys, because I feel like that's the way that I can continuously support. I don't think I'll ever stop drinking it though, because I remember it was a time where I ran out and oh my God.
Hold on. Let me get a re-up real quick.
A lot of people ask, do I have to drink the tea forever? No, but you will want to, just to,
just keep it in your
house,
you want to drink it in your house.
And maybe you need it for someone else, like,
Yes.
all right, you having a hard time, we go make you a cup of tea,
Literally, I've done that. I bought somebody some of this and took it to their house because I knew that they had anxiety and they were just like having such a hard time. And I'm like, I think this will help you. Like, and he knew he had anxiety, but instead of, he was like just smoking real heavy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you should try to, do something different. Like, you should drink some of this. And I gave it to him and he was like, I really like how that made me feel. And I told him like, you should order you some. And I sent him the link and everything. And I think he ended up ordering some, him specifically, because he had like really bad anxiety. He had like childhood trauma and a lot of like stuff. So I really wanted him to try it. But I always tell people about you guys, like, and of course they're like skeptical. They're like, where do they get the herbs from? And are they herbalists and are they? And I'm just like, well, just try it. I wouldn't give you nothing unsafe, and that was another thing. It's always been super safe. I've never gotten a bag where it was just like, what's this? Like it's nothing sketchy or anything like that. Everything has always been good. But I always tell people about you guys. Always.
Thank you
I've
so
always
much.
Appreciate that
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Welcome.
That's our number one challenge, is just finding new people, and that's why we're trying to like lean on that and like play into it. Like, we need new people because we're healing people and they don't even order from us no more.
They like had that one bag for the last 6
Can y'all try us out?
Look, we done graduated. Now you're trying to get some new students. We done graduated. Like, oh, thank you.
This is the goal though, but we didn't know that, it would really be like, oh, we're losing customers. Every time we reach out to somebody, like, nah, I'm doing great. I went on and got my degree.
Right.
I done got, doing all these different things in their lives like they couldn't do.
It is amazing. I know you guys probably didn't even like think that it would like go like this.
No.
Heck no.
We would hope, but
we knew this worked. Like, we just started it on the faith of knowing it worked for her. So we like, this has to work for other people. So we tried it. It would get this big. No.
But that's God. When you're doing God's work and your intentions is nothing but good, and you literally just trying to heal other people, you don't have a choice but to, reap your harvest. Like, you reap what you sow. Y'all giving out so much good with the intentions of nothing but we just want to heal y'all.
Yeah.
And it's just like paying off so much, and it's gonna continue to pay off. Like, I just can't wait to see like what else God got for y'all, because I know it's just gonna like continuously grow. I know y'all gonna be blessed forever, because
so much.
just the life changing things, like, y'all probably just living day to day, and we over here having breakdowns and breakthroughs because oh my God, I started drinking this tea and it's just changing my life, and y'all just thinking that y'all regular people. Y'all not.
That's sometimes we gotta remind ourselves,
That's why we want to do this, really. Like,
because we get so many life-changing reviews, and it never goes over our head, but it's just like, is this happening? You know, and then some people recognize us and they be so happy to see us. I'm like, oh my God.
Where are you guys?
We're in Georgia.
Atlanta, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, I moved to Georgia. I moved to Atlanta for like 2 weeks. Me and my ex, we were supposed to come down there and move. 2 weeks. I moved to Atlanta for 2 weeks. I did not want to leave. Oh my God, I wish I still lived there. I probably would have been came and visited y'all and
Right. Hey, hit us up if you out here.
Yeah.
Right. If I take another trip, because everybody go to Atlanta, I'm gonna hit y'all up and see, because I would love to meet you guys.
Yeah,
It's just such good energy. I would love to meet you guys, because you guys are like the pinnacle of my success. Like, you guys are like the reason I was able to move forward in life and to be able to go into what I'm doing now. Like, seriously.
You don't know how much that means to hear that. Yeah. You just don't know.
Y'all are y'all are amazing people. God is amazing. And he put an anointing and a calling on y'all that ain't for everybody.
It's crazy because our customer is the only one that can make us like recognize this. You can't get that from family. Like, they don't look at it like that.
They don't. They just like, y'all still selling them little teas.
Drink our tea.
Right. They like, y'all still selling little teas, or you show up to the family function and they like, nobody want to drink that. Like, they don't believe in you until everybody else do, and that's okay. That's okay, because that's what makes it even more powerful. We don't even know y'all from a can of paint. We never even seen y'all, and we trust y'all, and we thank y'all. We love y'all because of what y'all have done for us. Because I know I do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Wow,
guys.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing this for us. It's Saturday. I know you, busy. So thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you so much for even caring enough to check in and let me tell my story. This has felt very healing. I think I can go on today smiling, because I finally got to talk to you guys and actually, help other people too. Like, give this a try. If you're not going to try nothing else in your life, give this a try. Give it 6 months and I guarantee you it's going to work. But at the same time, don't turn around doing toxic stuff on top of trying to heal. It's just not going to work that way. You know what I mean?
Lastly, I want to say, like I told the last person with the last video, we want to check back in with you in the next 6 months to a year to see where you're at, Just
okay, look, I'm gonna be a millionaire then. Look, I'm gonna be sending y'all.
Let's go, girl.
Like, what's y'all address? I'm about to send y'all these beans because y'all deserve it, okay?
Yeah, so we just want to check back in on you, make sure you're still moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can meet up one day,
Yes. I would love that. And if you guys have a ball, have a have a ball where we can all dress up and just come and talk. Right, have some tea. Have some tea. That's what all the bowls full of tea, all different teas. I'm gonna start taking the immunity and stuff now.
Because tried anything.
I need to start taking those, but that'd be pretty much having me. I'm so that's my favorite, so I'm a little.
Well, yeah,
all I know. I'm gonna start the other ones. I'm gonna start.
That's how I used to be. I was like, "This is my favorite tea," and then you're like, "Yeah, drink something else." I'm like, "That's my favorite tea. It's like my baby right there."
Right. You like, nope, I'm good with this one. Nope, I'm gonna try the immunity, because of course it's that season, and in Michigan, our weather is so crazy, and I feel like it makes like the viruses and bacteria and stuff spread like even more, especially like during school season and stuff. Yeah. So I'm gonna be ordering some of that. Because I want to try that next.
Because it's so great for kids.
Okay. Oh, and I was gonna ask that, like, is it good for kids? Because I know some herbs they can take, because she's only 5. So, I was gonna ask, is she able to take that? Because I have like stinging nettle, which alone is okay, but I feel like the immunity that you guys have will be even much better.
Yeah, you can even make it an iced tea, so she'll like it. Put a little agave in it, make it into iced tea. She'll think it's just Lipton
regular tea. Yeah, because she's a tea drinker. She loves tea. Yeah. So I didn't even think. Oh, okay. So I can making it cold won't make it less effective.
Well, brew it first. Brew it hot as normal, but then just
let it cool off.
Let it cool. Put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think tea is like it's top tier, but the other ones they up there too.
Yeah. Yeah. The anxiety free though. That's the
proof right there.
Look, Kori, I won't hold you up with your daughter. She needs you. She's like, come on, mama.
Look, you see her?
So thank you so much again for taking your time to get up here. We're gonna stay connected. You follow us. So I'm gonna follow you back if we don't follow you back yet. I'm gonna
Yeah,
check.
you did on my old page, and then that page they ended up taking it down because I was talking
Oh,
about vaccinations and stuff.
oh, yep. See,
That'll do it.
see.
Right. Look, and they took it down, so I had to make a new page. So
Okay.
yeah, you can follow my new. So that's so sad to say, because like why? But yes,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Have
All
a
much.
good
right, you
day.
guys.
Enjoy your holiday.
Same to you. You
All
guys
right.
stay safe, stay blessed, and we'll stay connected. I'll talk to y'all soon.
All righty.
All right.
Bye.
All
Peace.
right. Bye-bye.